Greetings, my salams. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. I hope you guys are having a good morning this morning. I'm back. It's Rashida Gaye, your favorite mindset coach. I'm back with some words of wisdom this morning. I love how I'm usually inspired on my drives into the office. I normally just pop ideas, just come. So today's topic is, was that man raised by a good man? So you guys have been asking me to talk a lot about marriage and courtship and such, and just things that you should be thinking about and aware about. And people have even asked me, like, what are questions you should ask? And I feel like all the questions, not all of them, but some of the questions you guys ask your potential suitors during the courtship phase, you guys are sometimes not asking very deep questions, or you're not looking at things that are really important. So some of the things you really want to pay attention to and you want to be asking questions around are things that are related to their childhood, because how a man is raised will tell you a lot about who he is and why he is that way. And that's important to know, especially if he hasn't really done any inner work or therapy, where he's or he is not really self-aware, or cannot tell you what his faults are, what his weaknesses are. His childhood will tell you a lot about how he thinks, what feels normal to him, what he's seen. And if he thinks that he should change, if he thinks that there are things that he needs to work on as a result of what he's seen in childhood. So one of the things is, was he raised by a really good man? Does he have a good model for manhood, for being a good husband, for being a good father? One of the things that I notice with my husband, he has an amazing father. I love my father-in-law. I love him dearly. He's a generous man. He's a righteous man. He's a God-conscious man. He's a praying man. He's a fasting man. He's all the things. He's a good man. And subconsciously, men, whether they even can see it or not, they tend to model their fathers. They tend to want to be like their fathers, especially if they had a really good father, right? That's their standard of manhood. That's their standard of what a husband should be, what a father should be. So you want to be asking questions around childhood. If you have a chance to get to know his father, that's really important. You want to see the dynamic in the relationship between him and his father. You want to see, does he respect his father, right? Does he trust his father? Does he love his father? Did he see that his father was loving and kind and good to his mother or to his stepmother? That will tell you a lot about the type of husband and the type of father that he will be. I didn't have the chance to really spend time with my husband's father before we got married because he's in a different country. But I was able to talk to him, hear them talk in conversation, and listen to my husband's words about his father. I asked questions about his father, how he felt about his father, and learn stories, ask for stories, about what the relationship was like, because I find that men who were really raised by good men, generally, and of course there's always exceptions to the rule. Like I said, I don't stereotype people, but I find that generally, men who are raised by really good men are good men. That is a model. And even if they're not, I find that they're working to make their fathers proud of them. Usually a man who was raised by a good father is always trying to make his father proud of him. I see that in my husband now. What his father thinks about him is so important to him. He still takes care of his father. He still sends his dad money. He still is, he's so excited to tell his dad when he does something right or something well. He wants his father to know what his father thinks. His father's opinion of him is very important to him. If you find that that man doesn't care about his father's opinion, His father's opinion is not important to him. He's not close to his father. He doesn't love his father. He didn't really look up to his father. Like, that will tell you a lot about what he views fatherhood, what it should look like, what he believes how a man should treat a woman. If he didn't see his father treat women well, right? If he didn't see his father be a great provider, right? Or be a great provider for his children, or do amazing things for his children, then it's not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying it's impossible for him to be a good husband or a good father, but he's going to have to do some work on himself in order for him to be that person. So I hope that helps you guys, and I will be coming back to you, inshallah, the next time I'm inspired. My salams.